What's up, everybody? Episode 4 of the Turn Left podcast. What is up? Hello, welcome back. Hold on, let me get my other app thing up. Thanks to everybody. We're up over 300 now. I think we were at 319 last time I looked. I don't have it fresh in my feed, but thanks everybody. If you want your friends to join you, go ahead and share it now. That'd be awesome. Also, go find me on Twitter too. My name is Ethan Ayers 15, not just Ethan Ayers. I don't know why I haven't brought this up yet. Ethan Ayers is a adult film star, a gay adult film star, which is fine, nothing against that, but he's definitely a lot more famous than I am. So he owns the Ethan Ayers Twitter thing, and I've actually known this whole thing for a long time because I think I Googled Ethan Ayers a long time ago and came up with a lot of adult websites where...
I'm pretty sure his Twitter handle is Ethan Ayers 69. He's even got your race car number.
Yeah, so it was going to be 69, but it's not that. I don't know who's got Ethan Ayers, but yeah. So anyways, yes, Ethan Ayers, just like the spelling, just like everything, is a adult film star. This show is sponsored by, and I've got a brand new laptop. Woo! Ooh, I was going to do, that's audience. I mean, that's yeah, got a brand new laptop. This show is sponsored by Sarah K. Speed Shots. We have another special guest here today with us, Michael Chapman, 4-time dad, 40-plus race win winner, 40-plus race win winner. I guess that doesn't even make sense.
They get it.
Yeah, I guess they get it, especially I said it like... Anyway, I had another thing for you. Now you made me lose it, Chapman.
All right.
Well, anyway, he's here with us today, Michael Chapman. That's more applause.
Hello.
That's what everybody's actually doing on the other side of the iPad. They're like, "Oh, Chapman!" They literally jumping out of their seats.
I can hear it.
You can hear it, yeah. So yeah. I was gonna ask something else. Oh, also, because we have a new laptop, we shouldn't have any more audio issues, any more lighting issues. Everything should be good to go. So I'm super excited about that. Sorry to BJ for having to be the gopher on the audio issue guest appearance, but we'll get it straight one way or another. What else? What else you got, Tina?
I think that was about it. We Fuller says, "What's up?"
What up, Fuller?
Alex
I got some
says,
questions for Chapman here in 1 second.
Ucar GOAT.
Yep, Chapman, also known as MFC. We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to say it. I think there's some type of rule as to how early in the video you're allowed to say hard cuss words. But anyway, MFC, Michael effin' Chapman. Yeah, here with us tonight. That's his nickname. Also, Ucar GOAT. Ucar greatest of all time. That's also his name actually in our NASCAR fantasy thing, but that's on hold right now.
Yeah. Stupid virus.
Yeah, I know. And they're also racing now on iRacing, which you're a big part of now.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Did you watch the televised broadcast last Sunday?
I did.
Do you plan on watching the one tomorrow?
Yep. It was interesting. I think IndyCar's doing one now too, so I'll probably watch that one.
Really?
Yeah.
So
think
IndyCar
so.
had that? Hold on a little
I
closer.
think they are. Yeah.
I didn't even know they still don't have U-cars though. Gosh,
They got Mazda Miatas. That's probably
Really?
the closest.
I didn't know
closest
that.
Thing. Yeah, they're
That's pretty
rear-wheel
cool.
drive, but they're similar, I guess.
Yeah, they still handle really well and not quite as much power as some of the late models and stuff like that. All right, we'll get right into it. I wanted to get started with you on asking you some questions first. We talked about this earlier. Have you ever any pranks you can think of? Not even if a prank is you've pulled, but one that one that's been pulled on you.
Not really. I mean,
Ever dumped cold water on the wife in the shower or
yeah,
anything like
absolutely.
that? Oh, you have?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've never done that. Have I?
Lauren
I don't think
hates
so.
me for that.
Oh yeah, you do
Yeah.
it all the time.
My
Then.
grandfather used to do it to me at his house.
Okay.
We had a shower in the garage, and we'd go outside and ride go-karts, and we'd have to go in the garage and take a shower. And he would probably take a 5-gallon bucket of cold water and dump it on your head. So I had to pass that along to
Oh yeah.
everybody I could.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think the best one that I was ever a part of was I don't know, did I tell it last time about how we had literally a come along hanging in the middle of the
Oh,
garage?
yeah.
Yeah.
You threw that poor kid.
Oh, we didn't throw him. He just
Got
swung
thrown.
around. Yeah, he swung around.
Fuller says they have street stocks on iRacing.
Yeah, they got street stocks. They don't have Ucars though, Fuller. That's what we're looking for. Well, street stocks are cool too. I'm not trying to down talk those, but how'd you start driving? I got obviously inherited into it because my dad raced, so I was at the track when I was a couple years old. You came into it later, but
I was working at Serenity with Bud, and he pretty much said, "Hey, you want to drive this Ucar?" And it was a Pontiac Le Mans, not a big Le Mans, but a 4-cylinder Le Mans. And I drove it, and he said if you can do decent in it and be fast enough, we'll build you a faster one, and he did, and I guess the rest is history.
But he was already. I know this story kind of from Bud, but it's been years too. So he was already racing with, I guess, other drivers. Technically at the time, I know he had Roger Parker or whatever. I think we were talking about the other night on the live thing, but so he was already kind of racing, and you were just working there, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to drive my race car?" And you were like, "Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it."
Yeah, maybe
I'll think
try
about it. Yeah.
I tried it and it worked out. I do. It is a funny story. My first race, I think I started on the pole. We didn't qualify then. I think I drew the pole.
Oh,
or
so
something
luckily,
like that.
okay.
Yeah, and I went in turn one. I think I almost killed the entire field, something like that. It was nice,
from the first position.
yeah.
How'd you do that?
Lap one, turn one. I almost turned the car upside down going in the corner.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Well,
it was big.
But were you already into racing? Were you already playing NASCAR video games or anything like that? Like what?
NASCAR on PlayStation or Xbox or whatever.
Were you actually watching NASCAR or just playing the video games?
Yeah, absolutely. I was
I mean,
watching.
I played baseball video games. I don't watch
Yeah, I mean,
baseball.
I didn't really. I think I had been to Southside probably 4 or 5 times in my entire life before that, and it was.
And hated it right up until then you got in
No.
the car. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, then you were already you were maybe playing some video games. What do you accredit as? Why do you think you're so talented as a driver? Like, not that you always were. I don't think anybody was at the beginning. But what do you think is your niche that sets you apart? I mean, do you think it's just genetics? I mean,
I really don't know. I mean,
you just have always tried your hardest and.
yeah, I mean, it's just feel, I guess, and especially in a U-car because I mean, I've driven a Grand Stock and U-cars are just so hard to drive. They're so hard to.
So touchy.
It's
very
just,
touchy. You make a tiny mistake and it throws the whole
absolutely.
everything off.
You make a tiny mistake and you've ruined the next 2 laps.
Yeah, in a Grand Stock, you come off a little bit loose. You can kind of throttle out of it. It's a little bit easier to save.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
That doesn't make it any easier, Chapman. You're literally saying that your job is harder. What makes you better at it?
He just wakes up in the morning and just pisses excellence, apparently.
Yeah. So you
I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, okay.
I honestly don't know. I mean, it's just
like I said, not that you were good at it at the beginning, but did you practice hard, or you just have so much seat time? When did it kind of? Because I remember kind of when it, especially, it didn't happen for me in U-Car. This happened for me in street stocks. Actually, back when I was racing street stocks, everything just kind of clicked one day.
Yeah.
When I was following Mike Gano, senior, everything just kind of clicked as far as how he went in the corner, how he manipulated the car, and how he got back out of the corner. And from then, literally on, when I was trying to chase him down or whatever it was, everything from that moment halfway through that race on was literally I drove cars differently. Everything about everything changed. Was there a moment like that for you?
I don't think there was a moment really other than, I mean, I don't know. When Bud built when I got in the Le Mans and did okay, and then he built another one.
did okay.
The first time.
Is that like getting 5 wins? Because Chapman saying I did okay is like the Mike Gano Sr. thing where he's like, oh, how'd you do last week? He's like, I did okay. He's like, oh, how did it go? He's like, yeah, it went pretty good. You're like, well, what place did you finish in? He's like, yeah, first.
No, I mean, the Le Mans was...
You won? Like, yeah.
It wasn't... back then, we had 30 U cars, and there were less race cars than there are now.
There were cars. There were just straight-up cars, just like I kind of feel like it should be.
And I think I finished, like, top 10 out of 30 cars, a couple races, and then Bud built the Dodge, and I got in the Dodge, and I was like, man, this thing is, like, a lot faster. It turns better. I mean, I don't know if there really was a moment. Probably the first race.
Not a specific moment, like not a certain lap that something happened.
I mean,
it just kind of happened over time, but quickly as soon as you got into a better, faster car.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably in practice the first time I ever took the Dodge out on the racetrack. I was passing people on the outside in practice. Like it was my rookie season. I was new to racing, and
was this a planned full season for you? Sorry to interrupt, but you said this is your rookie season. Was this already a pre-planned full season?
No, I don't think I raced every race, but Bud built the Dodge. I got in it and went out in practice, and it was really fast. And I was like, man, I'm really fast. I'm passing the fast cars, and I ended up destroying the race car in practice, a brand new race car. My first time.
I was going to say, so it was really just a testament to make sure you didn't total the car in practice, which you did end up doing.
It was, and
luckily,
holy
shit, Chapman.
Luckily,
Richard Cisco needs to hear this right now. I don't know if he's tuned in. At least his was in the race, bro.
Destroyed my first fast race car in my first practice in it, but I think that was the moment I realized that I could actually go out there and compete and win races. Well, not when I destroyed.
You wrecked in practice?
Not when I destroyed.
Just still don't. Does anybody hear me out here? Okay.
Did you get a concussion?
I'm not trying to.
Was there a head injury?
Before that, I think I realized and.
So you're saying Richard Cisco's good to win the first race of the season this year?
Yes, absolutely.
Hell yeah. No, I'm not trying to call you out. I feel you. It was like when you I understand. I'm not trying to pick your brain about it, but maybe when you were driving that fast, maybe just when you were going that hard, you knew that if I were to have not done that, I could have easily won a race if it were to have been race trim.
Yeah, right then, yes. I think I was passing Lauren Edgerton on the outside when I tried to knock the fence down coming off turn 2 in practice. I was trying to win practice because I knew.
That's always been,
I was going to win everything that night because the car was so fast.
I do the same thing. You got to win practice. It's a mental thing.
It's
for them. Until you wreck your car in practice and total it, then it's kind of another mental thing.
To not try to win practice.
You're still not over it.
No,
15. It hasn't been 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that'll come soon for us. Everything's totally gone blank. But what else you got, babe? What else? I know I missed something here.
Just because I'm pregnant, it's already on my mind. I know that Ethan was talking about how earlier you did an interview, like, way back in the day that you would, like, given up on having boys or having girls because you had, like, 2 or 3 boys.
Yeah. I read on Google that you did a post-race interview where you said to the post-race interviewer, we talked about this a while ago, and you said you don't remember it, but try to remember it maybe. This was on on Google a while, but this was also years ago when Google wasn't, it was easier to decipher through some of the stuff, but said that you decided to stop having kids because you had 3 boys and you wanted a girl, and essentially, gave up because obviously 3 kids is a lot. So now you've got a girl. No, I'm not saying a lot in a bad way. I mean, I'll have 10 of them hopefully. But
all right, you can carry those babies.
I'm just saying. So is for one that true? You always wanted a girl, and you ended up having 3 boys, and now that you've got a girl, obviously, how is that for you? And is it what you expected it to be? And
it's different. It's more than I expected, and it's scary. It's kind of scary.
Especially this day and age.
Yeah, I am terrified.
Especially with shows like You on Netflix, when episode 1 is a stalker and a creeper. Everybody just tagged me earlier like, oh, watching this show, it's so great. Episode 1 was great. I'm like, yeah, when that guy stalked that chick for 60 minutes, yeah, that was great. I've got a daughter. No thanks. But anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely scary, and I'm afraid and excited all at the same time. But she's got 4 big brothers that are gonna help me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so, 4 big brothers. Yeah, that'll be awesome. So yeah, don't have to worry about anything there.
Yeah, I'll probably end up going to prison because I have a daughter, but that's what I'm scared about. But.
Yeah, well, I'll probably be in the cell with you. They're roughly the same age, what, a year apart. So you told us how you started driving. You just kind of pretty much got the lucky, hey, do you want to drive the Ucar? And then you just started doing well. Didn't really tell me. You said that it just kind of happened when you, I guess, wrecked the car in practice. That's when you really found. That's when you found your feet in the sport. But anyway, what's your favorite win of all time? You've got big money wins. You've got dirt wins. You've got, like I said earlier, in 2 different ways, and neither one of them worked. You've got over 40 wins. Which one is your favorite of all time, do you think? Or you can give me the top 2 or 3 if you can't decide, being that you've got quite a few.
Really can't decide. I mean, winning at county line.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Winning at county
line. I got my favorite top 10 list right here on this index card. Let me give them to you.
My first dirt win at county line was definitely one of my favorites.
Did you expect to win that race or no?
I didn't until practice. Because we had been down there before, and the Hondas were really fast. When we showed up, we didn't know if the Hondas were going to be there or not. They weren't. We went out and practiced and qualified, and I think I won practice and qualifying. I think.
And didn't total the car.
Didn't total the car. I did that this year, and down there. But sorry, Ronnie Vance. But probably that one.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that right up until you said that. Yeah. For the record, he went down to the dirt track this year and just went a little bit too fast in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, it was just a little too dry. They just didn't wet it enough, right?
No, it was way too wet.
Oh, it was too wet. Yeah, my bad. I got it backwards.
Bo said it was cornfield. It looked like a cornfield.
And kind of found himself into the...
Yeah, made a half a lap.
Kind of right where he got his start.
Yeah.
Tell us about East Carolina.
East Carolina is my favorite racetrack ever invented.
Is that the old Facebook video that I think I've seen where y'all are doing like 180 miles an hour?
No, that was Wilkesboro.
Yeah. See, there's a lot of videos like this. Sorry, keep going. East Carolina.
East Carolina, that was probably probably the top 3 wins. I think it was me, Austin, Daniel, and Corey Lawrence went down there. They didn't have but 2 or 3 cars at the time, 2 or 3 Ucars. We went down there and made up half the field, but me and Austin and Daniel raced, I think, for 40 laps, side by side, bumper to bumper, the entire race down there. I mean, that was definitely a really fun race, really competitive. All 3 cars were evenly matched, and I mean, it was definitely
back
fun.
And forth, and yeah. And is that when you got the 3-kin? The 3-kin, for anybody wonders, when you win 3 races in one weekend. Only a few people have that stat. Chapman's one of them.
I know one other person that's done that. But we got done with that race.
The first race at Southside the night before?
Yeah, we raced at Southside Friday night.
So you went to East Carolina.
We went to East Carolina. We were only scheduled to have 1 race. And the first race, I guess, was so good, they came up to me in Victory Lane.
The fans literally paid a purse. They didn't ask the racers if they wanted to race again for free. The fans literally said, we will all put money in. Tell me if you've ever heard of this happening in your life. The first race was so good, they said, we will all pay out of our own pockets for y'all to do another race with those cars.
Yeah, the guy came up and said, we collected money. Do y'all want to race again?
Winner take all?
Yeah, I was like, absolutely.
You was one of the first ones, so obviously, Did you have to start in the back or anything like that?
I think they inverted the field, which was like 7.
But second place started.
Yeah, but I had to start behind Daniel and Ethan. I mean, Daniel and Austin. So
I wasn't there, bro.
I know.
There's no other Ethan race car drivers.
It was an orange '87. So
well,
I had to start behind
you.
No, I was in a 59.
Okay. The black tank, the one that you won the dirt track at.
I'm pretty sure. No, I wasn't. What car was I in?
Dude, you got to get your story straight.
I've driven like 35 different
Ucars, or different race cars in general. Yeah.
How many? Junior wants to know about the race in the mountains where it was over 100.
Oh, I think I finished 3rd that race. It was Shenandoah. It was like 147 degrees or something like that. I had a heat stroke on lap 3.
Dude, the first time I went to Shenandoah, I looked at the weather and it said it was supposed to be like a high of like 70. But like, you know how the valley is, you're like, oh, anyways, if you get some shade, it's gonna be 40. So I just wore some black jeans and a black, t-shirt up there.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never been hotter in my life. And when I was on the way up there, Bud and Jennifer were like, why do you get black jeans and black t-shirt on? Every single time we go up here, it's like 80 degrees hotter than what they say on the Weather Channel. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know that, but anyway.
Yeah, everything's asphalt. It's always hotter up there for some reason.
Yeah, and you are right in the middle of the sun. You're like standing next to a cactus and shit. But what else you got, babe?
Jennifer Allen says we don't talk about Old Dominion. Why is that?
Old Dominion?
Old
Did you
Dominion,
race there?
I did race there. I won my first race there. And
really?
Yeah.
Ever?
Really, really cool racetrack.
Oh my god.
We went up there and
I raced there.
Pissed everybody off.
Oh yeah. Y'all got in fights and stuff.
Yeah, I think Bud changed like 5 rules before the race, and then we won the race, and then we didn't. Well, we pissed everybody off by winning the race the first time. Next time we went up there, we pissed everybody off because one of the guys that was leading the points up there tried to like bully me or something, and not really want to be bullied.
You reckon?
Yeah, he wrecked.
You spun
he wrecked
him or
himself.
He ended up.
I was going in a straight line and he wasn't, and he ended up wrecking.
Okay. I was gonna ask you this earlier.
We had to fight our way out that day.
But that was your first ever win at Old Dominion.
But the first time we went there was
and the potholes and everything, wooden grandstands.
Yeah, absolutely.
That track was awesome.
East Carolina was the same way. They had, I think, wooden grandstands with fiberglass racing seats.
Yeah,
fiberglass seats. Made you itch.
Yeah, your brother almost got into a fight there. That seems to be a theme at that racetrack. There's just always.
Yeah, it was like animosity. A racetrack in a trailer park.
Well, it wasn't even that. There was also the time that Alex wasn't there that the Langley guy, Sweeney guy, or whatever, number 11, Todd's, I don't know his name.
Oh my gosh.
He literally put himself in the wall, drove up onto me when he wasn't clear in front of me, and obviously clipped me and drove himself up onto the wall, and then tried to fight me after the race and stuff like that. And I literally had wall marks on the right side of my car. I'm like, I had nowhere to go, dude. Like, you thought you were clear and you weren't. Like, don't blame me. But anyway. But yeah, then there was the time that Alex was there. It was, I can't remember his name. Roy something Jr. or something. I don't even remember his name.
Sorry to call you out about that, Alex.
Alex didn't almost fight him. Yeah,
he was
kind of.
This
guy was mad. Me and this guy went back and forth. I was racing. Literally, I was in third. Me and this guy went back and forth for third for the entire race, and he was in literally Mike Gano's Camaro, which he whacked into the wall in practice. So Mike Gano let him drive his Camaro, waxed the wall in practice when he hadn't driven for him in like 10 years, and then came out there and wanted to. And I was the only like G-body car out there. This is all Camaros, and I was the only one out there and was running like third, back and forth with him for fourth, and then it got a little too ugly and he tried to spin me because I was already real loose, like I always am. But anyway, back to the show. Loses fast until somebody gets into the left rear quarter panel when they're in it gets not fast really quick. It gets fast the other way. I asked you before, you're not a Seinfeld or a Friends fan.
What?
If you had to decide one.
Seinfeld, if I had to pick one.
Ooh, Jesse and you are getting in a fist fight.
So disappointed.
I apologize.
You like to run race a lot. Like, you're the fastest run racer I know, pretty much. Doesn't make sense you were. Who beat you recently? Did anybody beat you?
I haven't ran recently.
I don't think you've ever ran before you call anybody out on a race and you still
probably
beat
not.
When was the last time you ran? You haven't ran in 20 years, but
did you do cross country?
You've ran race about 20 times in the past 10 years.
I was really lazy in high school. I think I walked the mile every time we had to run it.
You played some basketball, played some football.
I did.
Didn't do any track?
No. I didn't. There was no reason to run.
So what gave you the idea to just start
run racing? Why are you so
people?
fast at running?
I have no idea.
Why do you run race so fast? You just same thing with like racing. You just feel like you have to win. So
it's
run faster than your body even ability. Yeah.
When I get done, I'm dying. But
yeah.
Yeah, like at the Alan's Halloween party in the dinosaur costume.
Yeah, that was.
I think probably the best one ever.
I had drank a lot that night.
Yeah. Well. It's a Alan Halloween party. Are we going to talk about this Tiger King?
Yeah,
you've seen it. You've seen it.
I did. I watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole thing?
In like one night, yeah.
You've seen the whole thing. You've seen even episode 7 now? Is it the last one?
I think so, yeah.
All right, I'm only up to episode 3. You're up to episode 4?
5.
You've already watched 5 now?
I watched 5 today.
When did you watch 4?
Last night.
All right, well, I'm only up to 3, everybody. I don't know. Maybe I did watch 4. No, I think I'm only up to 3.
Dude.
So anyways, not the Tiger King, not the lady, Doc, what's his name?
It's like a weird, he has like a fake.
Doc something. I know who you're talking about.
The dude
he got his, you know where he got his start?
No.
Buckingham, Virginia.
Oh, I did see that, yeah. Something about him moving.
What's up? Yeah, Virginia's always got the weirdest stuff, dude. Yeah. That guy got to start doing the exotic animals in Virginia. You got the Charlottesville thing that happened a couple years ago. You got and what about the lady in the show that got her arm bitten off in episode 2?
She's just like, whatever. She's like, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll be back at work in 5 days. I've lost my arm.
Yeah, can I get out of this hospital now so I can go back to work?
Yeah.
I got stuff to do.
Yeah, she was literally supposed to be back in 7, made it back in 5 or something. I can't remember. It was just insane. There was also... Were you going to say something, babe? I didn't want to interrupt whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You were looking at something. I didn't want to go too far into the thing.
So, do we think that, like, in terms of... Because, obviously, it's a theme with the tigers, that there's, like, a lot of polygamy and, like, cult culture.
Yeah, it seems like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that's, like, across the board for, like, zoo people? Like, is it, like, all big animals, or is it just... like something about tigers?
I don't
because
know
that
if it's
is like
anything...
the strangest part of it to me.
I don't because the doctor guy, he's got all kinds of animals. So I mean,
did he?
There's 4 of them. He rides the elephant around.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff,
true. He rides the elephant into every scene and stuff like that.
It's probably a thing for all zoo people.
Yeah, well, here I want to mention 2 things. 2, I feel like, yes, whatever you're talking about, or whatever you're kind of insinuating, yes.
Well, I don't want to insinuate it too much because the Richmond Zoo is run by Mormons. So.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse. But anyway.
Yeah, just not comment on
Yeah.
Whatever.
And I'm not a religious man. I'm just, nothing even about that part. But I don't know if, here's my thing. I think that the zoo life thing is probably similar, but I don't think that the tiger people are different. I think that these situations are very, very extraordinary, but it has also opened me up to, what's Carol Baker? What's her name?
Yeah.
Carol.
Yeah.
Trust me, if you were to see all of her videos without seeing Tiger King videos, you would think she was the greatest woman in the world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She saves all these animals. She doesn't have any animals. She doesn't breed. All she has is animals that are because they were going to get killed because of some type of captivity, all this kind of stuff. Every video she makes her seem like literally the most innocent person in the world.
Like it's like a hospice for rescued animals.
Which clearly, I mean, she killed her husband and fed him to the tigers or put him in the septic tank. One of the two. There's literally no other option. He didn't disappear. He's not in the Gulf. He didn't even have a plane. Well, he did have planes, but none of them were missing. Nonetheless.
She for sure killed him.
Yeah. She killed him, okay? And
the tigers definitely ate him.
The tigers ate him, or she could have put him in the septic. Like I said, that's a possibility too.
Yeah,
but now the septic's like nobody will dig it up and it's her property, so she has to approve it.
Well, she makes that comment. You probably haven't seen the episode yet, Ethan. She literally makes a comment, and this is not like a spoiler.
No, go for it. I don't care. I was just making.
But she literally makes the comment, and she's like, how would you get a tiger to eat a human? Well, you'd have to smother them in like sardine oil or something like that. It's like that's super specific.
Pretty sure like 34 minutes ago I just watched some chick get her arm bitten off.
Yeah.
And she didn't have any sardine oil on her arm.
That's a good point.
So I think they'll eat a human pretty quick if they're in the right mood. But anyway.
Absolutely. Don't feed them for a week and then tell them to go in there.
Yeah, dude. She was probably maintaining the land anyway because he was traveling a lot and stuff like that. She could have not fed one for 3 or 4 days and then sent him in there, or more like actually just shot him because she always had a gun and he couldn't get a gun anymore and she hid his guns.
Yeah.
So she had a gun, killed him, drug him out there, and Joe Exotic was saying the tigers have so much acid in their stomach, they break down bones and stuff. So, but then another guy that didn't know anything was saying, no, there should have been some bones or something. He didn't know nothing. But I still think maybe he's in the septic tank. Regardless, it's an insane show. I had one other thing about it that I was going to say. I can't even remember. Oh, just the fact that I think that zoos, if you think about it, babe, you were just talking like, oh, this zoo is this zoo is that. How do you know that zoos aren't playing you the same way that she plays all of her customers, and that everything through her filter, is
that's totally fair.
Humane and everything's great, and we're just trying to keep these animals here until they're ready to go back in the wild, or these ones can't go back in the wild, so we're just keeping them here until they die. We're not breeding anything. How much of that is just BS?
No, that's
just
a
like
point.
With that one great lady that killed her husband in front of the tigers.
Perception is reality.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. It makes me worry more that she's got what? Thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, and all of them believe that she's the best thing in the world. How do you know that Chesterfield Zoo, 2,000 followers aren't in the same trap? Yeah. We were also going to talk about, too, how everybody's mad about domesticating tigers. However, if you think about it, cows are domesticated, but you mentioned something about the timeline's a little different, so there's where it's like a hang-up on that.
Yeah, I mean, tigers naturally are not domesticated right now, but
at all.
Right. I mean, they're just not.
Yeah, I mean, but
other than cats.
Tigers that were born in a captivity.
House cats.
They've never been in the wild, so why can't they be? I mean, it's obvious why they can't be pets because they eat people. But
right.
Well, you're saying they were born not even in the wild, so why would it be unrealistic for them to be living in the non-wild because they were born to that life? Yeah. Well, I think that a lot of
the instincts are still there. They haven't been. Yeah.
Well, still, you're domesticating something that a lot of people disagree with domesticating.
Yeah, I mean,
which is
they're still tigers.
Right.
So. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And well, it's not even that. I don't mind having them as a pet. If you look at my cat, he's a small ass tiger. She is. So.
She's just a dick.
Yeah. So, I don't have a problem with that really. I just want to give some light on the people that don't want them domesticated at all, which I guess I understand. But at the same time, cows are domesticated. They would never live in the wild now.
Not for like 10,000 years.
Most of these people are the type of people that eat red meat tacos all the time. So I just want to give some light on that as well.
Cows.
I don't want to go too far into it, but
I like tacos.
Yeah.
I love tacos. I had some today.
But like farm animals, like there's an obvious difference between a pig that you see on a farm and a wild boar. That's years of domestication right there, and probably also it's just genetically different at this point. And but cows too.
They don't fight that cause as hard as they see this tiger now getting a little soft like Cottonelle, and now they're like real mad.
Well, because
understandable, but still, if you think about it, it's the same but in two different.
But it's so far gone at this point that they rely on human interaction to survive. You can't take
really
that away
turn
from
back
them.
the cows if you kill off the tiger breeding stuff right now because it's happening right now. You can hopefully get rid of it. As
right, that's the cow
cause is kind of too far gone.
Right, and Jen says she has more of an issue with the breeding, just for the cubs for the pictures, which I totally agree with.
Yeah, I mean none of it's right. I'm not saying that. I mean I'm a cat lover anyway, so none of it. I'm not trying to be on Joe Exotic's side here, but I just want to figure out.
Pick a side.
Yeah, I want to figure out who's
side, but
if you're gonna be definitely. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be on Carol's side or whatever it is. But I'm just saying if you want to be totally against or I was trying to say if you want to be totally against the domestication of the tiger thing, then maybe you shouldn't be you can't really be both, but at the same time you can because they're two totally different timelines. They've been domesticating cows or whatever for
I mean that's trying to compare
10,000 years as opposed to tigers, like
lions to dogs.
Ever since this Netflix documentary came out 20 years ago, or well, it just came out, but ever since it started. So, what else you got, babe?
A couple people were talking about you earlier.
About me?
About the show.
Me or
They're still
Tiger
saying
King?
that they love you, the show.
That's a good show.
Oh,
I like it.
You watched it too?
No, I thought you were talking about you.
Yeah.
Like this show.
Oh.
Turn Left podcast.
Thanks, Chapman. That's what I thought she was talking about, too.
Sorry, guys.
Have you seen You, though?
No, I haven't seen You.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
You said don't watch it, so.
Well, yeah. Well,
I had no interest. I had no interest before, and then you said.
Not very good.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't get on. I can't.
Where's the NASCAR race tomorrow? They're doing another NASCAR, which I think I've said it before, and I talked about it on Jack Dawson's page. You can't really do.
Atlanta?
Is it? Or I thought it was Texas, maybe?
It's Texas. It is Texas.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
I didn't mean to ask you the question and know the answer, but
yeah, it is.
It seemed like that a little bit.
Now I think about it, it is, because on iRacing follows the schedule, so, and we're at Texas in trucks this week, so Texas.
And I haven't heard this anywhere on the internet, which would actually seem like a better source right now. I heard this from a guy at my shop. He said that NASCAR still plans on maybe running all the races this year.
I don't know how they can do that unless they run like a doubleheader on Christmas or something.
Well, not even that. I want them to do what what Brad Keselowski said, where he said, "Why don't we just race a couple times a week?" I mean MLB, NHL, all these guys race Tuesdays, Thursdays, all this kind of different stuff. He said, "Why are we getting to a track on a Thursday, practice for 3 days, 4 days, and then race on Sunday?" He said, "We're all professional drivers. Why do we need to practice for 3 days for an hour per day or whatever it is?"
Show up on Wednesday, practice, and then qualify and race.
Exactly. I mean, just like a short track.
That's how
Richard
Petty won 200 races. He won races on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
I mean, it just makes sense to me. You could have just as many races, if not more, throughout the season, and you could entertain. Because trust me, if there was some NASCAR racing on a Tuesday or Thursday night, would you watch it?
Absolutely. What else you doing?
Oh my God, dude! If there was some racing on a Saturday night, I'd stop this podcast right now. I'd watch it and I'd retune in later. But there's no racing going on right now because there's nothing going on right now.
No.
But still, so are you excited? What did you think? I think I asked you earlier. What did you think about the first broadcast last Sunday? I guess was the first one.
Of this show?
Of iRacing on Fox Sports 1.
I'm still in awe of Santa Maria.
I know, yeah. See this Santa Maria. I've even got a little bit more exposed now, but there's some glitter, so watch out. Ooh.
That's original.
Hey.
Isn't it?
Yes.
I got it. I need to.
Yeah, dude. It's been like 30 minutes. It's like a type of rule.
I mean, y'all are close enough at this point. There's no social distancing.
I wiped it on my tongue right before I started this podcast.
Oh.
What was the question?
And then I wiped it on Chapman's tongue for him.
Oh, sanitary.
Right before we went live.
So now we're all very safe. This is great.
Yes.
Oh, Corona.
Yeah, Corona.
He did that my way on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking one of them Corona hits right there.
What was the question?
I don't remember. I don't think I have one. Oh yeah. What do you think?
It was fun to watch. I mean, it was different, but it was.
Do you ever plan on doing, now that you're NASCAR iRacer, do you ever plan on doing your own channel on YouTube or something like that, where you like stomp everybody and post videos and you're like, everybody check this out? Dude, I would watch it.
No, I mean,
I watched Cameron Ruggles. He doesn't do it anymore, but I watched Cameron's back and
I think he's banned from iRacing for life or something.
Again?
I think he got like 2 life sentences.
He's gonna have to get another life. Yeah, he's gonna have to
change his name, go into witness protection, and start iRacing again.
He has to go over the border and come back as Juan Ruggles, and just create a new iRacing account. But I was watching your videos for a little while, Cameron, if you're watching. But anyway, I want to be a fan of a new. You've got a podcast now to watch, the Turn Left podcast.
Yeah.
I've got a video gamer, Scoops. I watch him, Nick Heiss. I want a iRacer to be able to watch.
I mean, I could probably broadcast it, but I don't know about announcing or anything.
No, you're not going to do all that, dude. No, I'm not expecting what I see on Fox Sports. No, I'm going to watch the Fox Sports thing tomorrow. I'm saying when you're playing, I want to be able to watch you stomp some dudes out or whatever.
Yeah, man.
A lot of the NASCAR, it's like video gamers do that now. iRacers do it.
Yeah.
Cameron did it for a while.
I mean, I can broadcast it. It's pretty. I think you just click a button and it starts broadcasting or something like that.
Well, dude, you already know how to do it. What are you doing? Yeah. Why aren't you not doing it yet?
I don't know. I wreck a lot. I mean, I either win or wreck most of the time.
Yeah.
Lindsay asked, wasn't it Chapman who was a chocolate milk drinker, and Junior chimed in and said, "Nope, that's me. I gotta come in and drink the milk." Oh my God.
Lindsay Wilbur.
Yeah.
Let's catch up on some comments too. Has anybody said anything that we need to catch up on? Last time we left some people hanging. You can scroll all the way back. We can take a minute or two to do it.
BJ says that's definitely his hand sanitizer that he left here last week. It absolutely is, BJ.
Yes, this podcast is also sponsored by Assured hand sanitizer.
Thanks, BJ.
From BJ Anderson. And, by the way, this podcast by episode 5 better be sponsored by Hoosier Tire Company because I got their shirt on and I've got about 4 or 5 banners up in this dang place.
It does. There's a lot of Hoosier Tire.
I don't know why I resisted the cuss word when it's just damn, but
I count the tires. This banner is also there's 4 more.
Yeah, I've got about 12 tires stacked up too. I don't know if each one of those count, but I've got a adult small for you if you'd like to take it with you, Chapman.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's gonna be a good look.
Anything else to catch up on that part? I think I need to catch up with some beers.
Yeah.
Just Fuller saying that you saw me suck at it tonight on iRacing.
I did. That's it. Keep at it. Running in the rookie division with the street stocks is horrible. Once you get out of that, it gets a lot better. So don't quit until you at least get out of the rookie division and give it a chance.
What are you in now? What division are you? Do you like the best?
I think I just got a Class B license in iRacing, but I would rather. I think K&N cars are really fun to drive because you have to actually have tire management and the races are long enough to actually have to manage tires, and the trucks are really fun to drive because you can throw them around and catch them, and
it's a little bit more loosey goosey, but fun to drive.
Cup cars are stupid to drive. That's dumb.
Legends.
Yeah, Legends are about as dumb as Cup cars. It's like if you get loose, you like flip 75 times on a backstretch or something like that. It's kind of cool.
You ever play against Tanner Griffith?
I don't think so.
Is he watching, babe?
I just
give me a shout out of who's watching. Anybody that we need to talk about?
It doesn't let me it doesn't let me see actively, but it
Or any comments we need to catch up on? Sorry, interrupt you again.
Yeah. Also, BJ says that you should be in a new Airs Racing shirt, and Alex admits that he's behind on delivery.
I need a new BJ hat because this one's kind of old. And
yeah, the one that Chapman's wearing right now is literally from BJ's rookie season, I think, from back in like 2009.
Probably.
So
I like it. It fits good. It's wore out.
This is from before BJ was even racing. He was just thinking about it, and he started making hats. He was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna race one day. I'm gonna start making hats." And then 5 years later, he started racing. This is the first hat that was ever made.
I like it. It fits. It's good. I'm hat and t-shirt queer, so. Like, I have lots of, I think I got like 75 hats and 132 t-shirts. Yeah.
Dang, dude, you and Fuller might have a fist fight or something, because I think he's got a bunch of hats and
I'm
stuff.
bigger than he is. So.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Do you want one, Chapman?
Absolutely.
You must do.
Are we going to do, sorry, we're right at the mic. Are we going to do another shotgun this evening?
No. Are you ready?
Probably not.
Yeah, Challenge go drive. We can't afford it. This show is sponsored, but it's not sponsored by Uber yet. So we ain't got the $30 or $40 to drive him out yet. He can drink a few beers, but
probably like $3.
Well, he can sleep over here if he wants, but I don't know how that's going to go over with his family. So I don't care how many beers he drinks, but he's got to stay here after he gets about like 2 more. That or Jesse's got to drive him home, and I'll stay here with Amelia. But we were talking about something right before this, and I was like, dude, I gotta show you that video. Now I'm drawing a total blank. I got something else to ask
Danny
you about.
McBride. It was.
Oh my gosh, yes, dude. I think this will play
Kenny
through
Powers.
the what? Yes.
Kenny Powers.
Oh my gosh. This video, TJ Radford, I think, showed me this video originally, and this is him in a karate match.
Sorry to cut in. Bo says let him drink, he'll drive you home.
Bo will drive you home.
Bo, come get you from anywhere.
Yeah,
Chief Bo.
It's like it's fine. I'll come get you.
Thanks, Bo. Yeah, he doesn't live far away. He's only about 5 minutes away from here.
He's a real team player.
Oh my gosh. Sarah K. Speed Shots. I spilled a little beer on this bad boy.
Jesus Christ.
Come on.
You haven't seen Eastbound and Down? You really
Dude, I have a little bit.
You need to watch.
Dude, you haven't seen this
I haven't.
video I'm about to show you right now? Because this one right here, dude, is going to take the cake. I don't care what you say. Like I said, TJ showed me this one.
Chapman Jr. said Bo sent me a pic of his poop in the toilet one day.
He did. That's a true story.
What happened?
Because Michael Jr. was trying to...
Is that like a thing?
I can't even remember. No, it's a thing between Michael and Bo because Michael, I think he's prank called Bo a couple times. And I don't even know how it happened, but it ended up Bo sent Michael a picture of a toilet full of deuce.
Hold on, I'm going to try to pause this quick.
And break. Face your partner. Gung Nay.
Can everybody hear that? Is that coming through the speaker?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I can show this because of copyright, but...
All right, everyone just have a seat for a second. Have a seat. Now, I'm noticing that a lot of y'all are just throwing single kicks and punches. What you need to be doing is following those through with some combinations. Okay? Let's start with a simple one, shall we? Right hand block. Left hand throws the distracting back fist. Number 1 side kick, followed through with a spin crescent kick to the head. Sound easy enough?
Sir.
Okay, let's try it out. Rick, Mark,
This is Danny McBride, karate instructor. Oh, this is it. Oh my God. So that's all you got to type into YouTube is Danny McBride, karate instructor.
You on the attack first. Throw a
This
round
guy
kick.
versus this
Block with the
sweet
right,
old woman.
Distracting back fist, number 1 side kick, and spin crescent kick. There we go. Boom. Got him. Got him. Got you, didn't you, Rick?
No, I was just doing what you told me to do.
That's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Think you can beat this combination? I think Marge and I know different, don't we, Marge?
Oh, please, everybody YouTube this right now. Oh my God, it's too good.
Marge, ready stance.
Sir.
Keep your eyes on Rick.
This
and don't
middle-aged woman and this
back fist. That's the key.
young man are about to fist fight
Come with whatever
karate
you got.
pads on.
Full contact. No holds barred, okay? I'm going to warn you. I don't think you're going to like how this ends, hot shot. Face your partner.
Sir.
Kung Nai. Sparring stances. Sit down. She's still alive?
That's pretty good. Jesus Christ.
Hollywood said, "Oh, this is great. We watch y'all watch videos. Seems like the kids now with
Absolutely.
YouTube."
Yeah, oh my God, dude. Hollywood, YouTube that right now. Literally, Danny McBride, karate instructor, and then go in, like a minute and a half?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
I can't believe you've never seen that before.
Oh my God. It literally makes me cry laugh every time. Into a song.
Jennifer Allen said,
Hopefully they YouTubed it. They're
that's
good
where
fans.
MFC came from?
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling Ethan earlier, I think Austin came up with it.
Dodge.
Or,
Austin
yeah,
Dodge did it.
Austin started it, but kind of stuck. I think
What's
it was
Austin Dodge's name? Cool guy? That's
Yeah, cool guy.
If you were to, like have a
If you were to
tag.
Google cool guy, I think it's a picture of Austin.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
You
that'd
were
be
Googling
awesome.
yourself earlier, so,
No, I Googled myself about 10 years ago, and I came up with a very...
If I remember
adult
correctly,
film.
you did that in class, like in high school.
Something
like
like that.
everybody was Googling themselves.
Yeah, it might have even been on the big screen, but I don't remember. I think it was
Ethan brought
I
up
think it was a
porn.
school filter where it didn't allow it to come up, but it still said something was very wrong. They were
Yeah,
like,
wait a
"What's
minute.
going on
Like,
here?"
Literally.
But
You're trying to Google me.
Yeah,
why?
part of it didn't come
Why is
up, and
this
they were like,
censored?
"Yeah, why does it say Ethan Ayers adult film censored?" Blah blah blah. They're like, "Oh, is that you?" I'm like, "That's not me. I don't know what's going on. Like, I've never seen this before," and I was backpedaling like hell. So yeah, we already talked about Tiger King. All right. Do you want to sum up what's better, the second half or the first half of the season? Sorry, we've jumped around on y'all, and this is one of my biggest problems. We're back to Tiger King now.
Probably the first half.
It's better than the second half?
First half to middle. I mean, the second half wraps it up, but not really.
But the intriguing part is first half.
Yeah, I mean the second half just gets into like
Like the legal stuff.
all the legal stuff. Yeah, that's like who's going to jail and for what and
Well,
why.
I guess Joe is. That's where it starts
Yeah.
off, is Joe's in jail when
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the show starts.
He's definitely in jail, but it's like
That's not a spoiler. That's episode 1.
yeah, it's like a
Starts with him in jail.
bigger thing. It's like it's a lot bigger than
There's more pieces to it than
Yeah.
just Joe being in jail.
yeah. It's like FBI involved and all kinds of stuff.
everybody should know what we're talking about by now, but this is Tiger King on Netflix. I mean, if you haven't watched this,
or at least
I thought I was insane. I thought I was
Yeah.
insane for watching it, and then I thought at the same time I was insane for not watching up until I did. You have to watch this. I don't care if you don't watch anything else. I haven't watched TV in 3 or 4 years up until this.
I was like, this is gonna be stupid, and then I watched the first 6 episodes the first night. I was like, I can't stop watching this.
Yeah. It's just
me and Chapman planned this the other night, and I said, "Are you willing to watch Tiger King? That way you have a little bit of input for this show." And he says, "Yeah, we'll start it now if you want." And then the next day he said, "We've watched all of it now." I said, "I watched an episode, Chapman." What? What do you mean? We were supposed to watch an episode, and we'd have some information about the first episode. He said, "Yeah, well, I did watch the first episode, and then just another 6 of them. Yeah. That's all." So, yeah. So the first half is as good as the second half, or better, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first half's probably. I mean, like I said, the second half's just. I mean, it's still interesting, but
maybe for a lawyer,
more legal issues.
Yeah.
You still find a lot of stuff out the second half of it.
Okay.
It's just bonkers. Like, I got through episode 5 today.
Which we already talked about the tigers and the domestication. Sorry, you got through episode 5, and how is it for you so far? Because you're 2 episodes away from being at the end.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Don't spoil it, but I know episode 5 was chaotic for you.
Episode 5 was chaotic for me.
Jesse came out emotionally distressed.
I literally had to take some time to process everything that happened because it was so batshit crazy.
It is very.
But then episode 5, without spoiling anything, there is a funeral scene, and Joe is giving a eulogy and literally talks about balls on his face.
Yeah.
Giving a eulogy, dressed as a priest. He's got the collar and everything, and a cowboy. Yeah, talking about, and he calls them golden nuggets.
Yeah. While
he's giving a eulogy to these mourning.
Talking about teabags as in balls on his face.
Yeah,
not
yes.
on his, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean
testicles
on faces.
Facial sectors.
Yeah, I mean.
Wow.
It's just so beyond.
How romantic.
It's just.
Hey guys, when I die, I'd only pray that somebody would mention testicular facial action. Okay?
Alright, we'll be sure to talk about your balls at your funeral.
Yeah. Before I get in any trouble with the law or HR that doesn't exist around here, what do you got next? Well, we got some MMA news, don't we? Is that what's next on the platform here?
What's
you don't
his
watch
face's
much
tweet?
UFC, do you?
All I know is Conor McGregor's better than Nate Diaz.
He's better than everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're 1-1, and it's very They're arguable. MMA. It's very arguable that Nate Diaz won the second fight.
I didn't come here to argue.
So what is it? No, me and my brother, who's a McGregor fan, also are going to fist fight later about this. And you like McGregor or Alex? I'll fist fight you if you like Alex or McGregor.
Oh my god! Shots fired.
All right. They're both pretty good.
Just ask me what I knew, or
he's at least the best looking guy out there.
Well, I mean,
I was just telling you the facts that I was laying the facts out that I knew about MMA. McGregor is better.
No, they're 1-1 against each other.
That's your opinion.
No,
I mean that's fact. That's fact. Yeah, but your opinion is Diaz is better. But I mean, even if we didn't go with facts
Diaz
or opinions,
is also bigger.
It's equal because they're 1-1.
It is equal right now.
McGregor's
the trilogy is going to happen.
He's a better trash talker, so.
No, he's not.
Yes,
That's why he lost the first fight because he tried to trash talk Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz was way too hood for that.
He didn't try to trash talk. He did. He lost the fight, but he still trash talked beforehand.
No, he was nervous.
And probably after.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you're right, all of it, but still,
he didn't
do it well.
Even
he would say some jokes. Nate Diaz was just F you, and he just kind of had this look on his face okay.
I was trash talking one time in middle school, and then I got beat up, and then I continued trash talking.
That's the way to do it.
After I got beat up.
See, I'm jealous of guys like you and Nate Diaz, and Conor McGregor, because I don't really do much of that.
Really?
So maybe that's why I'm a fan of Kyle Busch and Nate Diaz. I wish I would just talk a bunch of shit. I'm not gonna do all that. You know.
I continued after it was like.
Yeah, maybe I'm just fans of them. I'm so jealous. I just wish I was just which Chapman ain't afraid of it. He don't give it. You're still humble. You didn't come on here
absolutely.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I was gonna say you're not. Don't even put that on yourself. You're not like that. You might have been back in high school. You're not anymore.
Middle school, apparently.
Yeah,
or middle school.
Yeah, high school. I just tried to
Yeah, I've known you for at least 5 or so years. You've never been like that. So, but back to MMA. John Jones. You know who that is? John Bones Jones.
Yeah.
Welterweight or light heavyweight champion. Arrested again last night.
For what? Beating somebody up?
No. He's gotten 2 or 3 DUIs now. This is his third one. He got his second one last time, which was also a running from police. He literally was drunk, crashed into a pregnant woman or something like that, and then ran from the scene because he had drugs in the car.
If you have that much money, why don't you have somebody drive you around?
That's the first thing I said.
Yeah, you just said that.
That's just being an idiot.
Yeah, so he drove himself around drunk, crashed into a pregnant lady, was so scared about what was going to happen, he ran, and then it was, leaving the scene of a crime, plus DUI, plus all that. So then he found Jesus again, and he was, recaptured with the Lord or whatever, and he was focused on fighting, focused on this, never going to go back to drugs. Which I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not trying to... I'm just saying don't give that front. Don't act like you're back into the Bible when you're getting a DUI and a misuse of firearm is what he got last night, plus the DWI. Don't preach to me, dude. You're gotten 2 DUIs or 2 DWIs. What is even the difference? I mean, obviously there is a tiny difference, but let's just be real. Yeah. DUI, DWI, doesn't matter. You've gotten 2 of them. Then you want to preach to me that you're like a saved man, and that Dominic Reyes, who was his most recent fight, who was a controversial decision that Dominic Reyes lost, which a lot of people say he won, came out on Twitter and roasted him because John Jones is already trying to play the victim, even though it's his 3rd offense.
How do you play victim of that?
I haven't read that far into it, which I should have, but it's something.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't, but it's just.
But there's some people that will buy into it.
So. A lot of UFC fighters have already liked Dominic Reyes' tweet, which is this guy happens to be a millionaire celebrity for many, many years, goes out, acts like a complete idiot, endangering the lives of others again, gets arrested again, and now he's a victim? Pure madness. That's Dominic Reyes. Like I said, last guy that fought him, controversial finish because it was said that Dominic Reyes, may have won, but it came down to decision, which is always controversial in the UFC. So for some reason, it's always a pain in the ass. UFC 249. This is the last thing we're going to talk about almost. UFC 249, do you know anything about that?
No.
That's Tony Ferguson, Khabib Nurmagomedov. This fight has been canceled 4 times. I mentioned it in the opening podcast, I think. It's been canceled 4 times already, 2 on each offense. Tony's gotten hurt or had to cancel twice. Khabib's gotten hurt or had to cancel twice. And now they were scheduled to fight, and now it's coming to this, BS Corona stuff. Not BS, but just saying now it's BS for this because it's insane. It's going to be the 5th time that potentially this might be canceled. But they might do it without fans. Both fighters are down. WWE has been doing it, but it's been going horribly. But that's all an act, kind of, anyway.
Yeah, right.
UFC, I think, there's no pay-per-view WWE.
Yeah.
There is pay-per-view UFC. A lot of it. Most of it is pay-per-view.
Most of it. I mean, there's pay-per-view wrestling, but...
Is there?
Yeah. I think WrestleMania is on pay-per-view and stuff like that.
You have to pay for it? A lot?
Yeah, I haven't seen one in 20 years. Since
Brendan Shaw had a good point, though, in this economy.
Stone Cold and The Rock and...
Yeah, real badass back in the day.
Back when wrestling was cool.
It still is for a lot of people, but not without fans.
Yeah.
They've done it a couple times lately, but without fans, and it's just gone horribly. But I think UFC might be different because it's a real fight, and you've been waiting to see this fight now for 3 or 4 years. But that's just me. I just want to see this fight so bad that I don't want them to reschedule it and then want them to get hurt again in training camp or some bullshit and have to wait or for it to never happen. I mean, that would be, I guess, the worst case scenario. So I just want it to happen. Fans are not. Dana White said that the fighters are down, but that's just the main card. So are all the prelim fighters down too? I don't know.
Well, and like the whole thing, it's not just like a gathering of 10 or more. They're not supposed to be within 6 feet of each other. They're like rubbing all up on each other.
Oh, well, the two fighters would definitely. Oh, they would pay to get them tested before the fight.
Yeah, I mean,
this sport makes more money than like NFL almost. Not really, but it's up there. They could definitely afford to get everybody that's probably going to be in that building as far as their cornermen, fight camp guys, all that stuff. They could probably afford to get all of them tests before all that happens.
But aren't you like contagious for like 20 days before you even have symptoms or anything like that? Like, can you test that early?
I don't know.
Like that whole thing, that just seems.
I'm sure they're on top of that stuff, but I have no idea. To be honest, I wish I could give you a better answer, but
they could just do it like virtually. They could turn on Street Fighter or something.
Yeah, no, it says the same thing. It'll never work. Yeah, play Ultimate Street Fighter, whatever it's called. No, what's Mortal Kombat? Yeah. Play Mortal Kombat. Online. Yeah, I don't think it works like that. NASCAR is the one closest thing, and the one thing I do like about that, I meant to mention it on Jack Dodson's thing, was the one thing I did like is all of them have exactly equal cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Fixed setup races are the ones that I'll race, because I have no idea how to set up a truck.
Especially when you're switching around different series. I mean, who's got all that saved in there? People do.
I know how to change regular air pressure.
Yeah.
Losing the
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So. I mean, to me, that's the only way to go. I think iRacing should almost not even, which I don't want to take away the setups and all that kind of stuff. That's a whole different ball game or almost a whole other podcast. But I just feel like as far as drivers trying to learn how to drive, all that should be to the side.
If I got the same setup as everybody else, then now we know where I am.
It's always been the cool thing about video games. You don't have to worry about somebody else having a faster car. Yeah. So that's just my opinion. But I don't know. What do you think, babe? Do you have any questions for Chapman closing out, or what is everybody else saying? Do we have any comments, or have we scrolled back and tried to find anybody's old comments?
Chapman Jr. says Wii boxing would be more realistic.
Yeah,
iRacing?
Which
for the fight.
For the fight.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Then Mortal Kombat or whatever online. Yeah, you're right. Actually, it would be much more. But even Wii boxing's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot.
I was decent at it
on Wii home run. I mean, on Wii baseball.
Well, I had a lot of strikes on Wii bowling.
Yeah, absolutely. I go bowling now, and I think I bowl like a 93 or something.
Really?
My average, yeah.
Kyle Fowler bowled a 300 the other day. Maybe he's watching this. Shout out to Kyle Fowler. Yeah. Boom, baby.
I ran a modified race with him the other day. He's pretty good at modified also.
On iRacing?
On iRacing.
Okay.
Yeah, not like...
Just like casually ran a modified race with him the other day.
So who do you have to win tomorrow's NASCAR race? Your favorite driver is obviously Kyle Busch. Same with me.
Yeah, but he's horrible on iRacing.
Okay, so who's your pick?
He sucks a bunch.
He sucks big, yeah.
I think he finished like...
His internet sucks too. 47. Him and Jimmy Johnson too. So they don't even have a chance. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, until you get fucking, something other than dial-up, you're probably not going to have a chance in this virtual series, dog. But anyway.
Texas on there is pretty easy. So, I mean, probably one of the Cup drivers that
that's not giving me nothing, Chapman.
Routinely.
Who do you pick, Chapman?
I mean,
what the
either Ty Majeski or Denny Hamlin or Earnhardt Jr. or Timmy Hill.
Was Majeski in the last race?
That's going to be, yeah.
Where'd he finish?
I think he started third. I didn't see him after that, but he run in the top 4 or 5 all race.
How many resets did they get? Just one?
No, unlimited.
Really?
Which is BS.
How many do you get when you play typically?
Like one.
Okay.
Or 1 or 2, I think, in the truck series. I think it's 2.
Okay.
But they give the professionals unlimited and us 2. So
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't make any sense to me, but that'll probably be the top 3 or 4 is Denny Hamlin Jr.
And there's no way for
Timmy
you
Hill
to get in the race. I mean, you're a 4-time champion.
It's an invitational.
They don't like check stats. How many championships you've got? Like, hey, I've got 4 championships. I should probably be allowed. I'm actually better than Kyle Busch at iRacing.
Yeah, I think everybody.
I think you should be able.
I think Fuller's better than Kyle Busch at iRacing.
Well, is Fuller in the race tomorrow?
Fuller, I think he got invited to the Cup race. Yeah, I think Fuller did.
Jesus Christ, Fuller's doing everything, man.
BS, but.
He says Byron's gonna win.
I don't invite them to my races either.
And Hollywood says no, they only get 2.
Oh, 2.
Okay, well, they shouldn't get any.
Yeah, I mean,
let's be honest, guys.
If you wreck your car in real life.
Amateurs like me, I've literally never played iRacing in my life.
It's pretty fun.
I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if anybody here knew that. I've never played iRacing in my life, and I've never seen it played in person in my entire life. So there's new facts for you.
Pretty fun. The main reason I got it again, I had it 5 or 6 years ago. But
I played NASCAR 14 and 15 a lot.
Well, then you're a pro.
Yeah. No, keep on going though. I didn't want to interrupt you. I was just saying I did play NASCAR video games a lot, but.
Yeah. The reason I got it again is because of dirt. They have dirt racing on it now, and it's pretty badass, dirt racing.
One last question to close it out, unless you got something else, do you? If you could choose between, I guess I wouldn't even say in our division. Say if you were going to do dirt or asphalt late model, what would you do? Dirt or just, I don't know, maybe not even class to class. Dirt or asphalt? Pick one.
Dirt. Most definitely dirt.
All right, so what's your favorite win? I don't think you ever gave me a solidified answer there.
I can't. The top 3 is probably no.
Good answer to have. Pick.
I haven't.
All right, pick 2. You.
Okay.
Winning bastard.
The second dirt race I won, that I ran Daniel Thomas down.
The second
one. I think I passed him like 2 to go.
Okay, I've heard about that one.
Probably in the top 2.
That was badass.
And I don't know. I have like Dominion? 4 favorite.
Jesus Christ.
Dominion was just like hold it wide open.
We don't have time for 4, Chapman.
Dominion was like hold it wide open and hope that whoever's behind you.
All right, well, then take that one off the list. What is it?
Okay, not Dominion.
No, it was cool though.
I don't know. Southside is just so special to me because.
What was your first win at Southside?
My first win at Southside was in the Dodge, my rookie season, and I got fired directly after the race.
Oh, you wrecked everybody to win it.
I don't think I left the racetrack before I got fired.
But I did fire you on the way out. But he rehired you before the next race, right?
Yes, he did.
All right,
well, not before the next race, for the next season.
Oh, Jesus. So you had to take off the rest of the season?
Well, it was only like 1 or 2 races left.
Oh, so at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So your rookie season started at the end of the season.
I mean, that's probably in the top 3, my first win. And, I don't know.
All right, well, then what's the second one really fast? Jesus.
I don't know.
I got to pry this out of you. Where's my pry bar?
There's a couple of wins that...
I know there's a bunch of them, you mofo. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
My favorite
that was just a short prayer right there.
My favorite not win is Langley. I have not won a race at Langley yet. And
neither have I.
Very aggravating.
I always get shredded at Langley.
That's dumb.
It's not dumb. It's a cool track, but
I think I've been to 12 racetracks or 10, and I've only not won at 2, which I don't count Fayetteville because that's just ridiculous. It's like a half-mile dirt track.
That's pretty good stats.
Yeah, it's...
I've only been to 5 racetracks.
That's pretty good also.
Well, no, I didn't say I've won. I've only
won
been
like
to 5.
30 races.
Well, no, I've only won at 2 tracks.
That's more than most.
That's a good point. Thank you, Chapman.
And you've won 2 championships.
Thanks, Chapman.
Currently.
Yeah. You've won 4, but no
reigning Ucar champion. So.
Not running points this year, though. I thought we had one other thing. Did you have anything to say? You wanted to ask Chapman what his favorite ice cream was.
I did. Okay.
Probably cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough. I'm trying to be on a diet right now, so.
Okay, so no ice creams. Chapman's favorite ice cream right now.
I want to call BJ out on his diet also because he was on a diet and he couldn't eat bread, but then he was at somewhere drinking fresh chocolate milk and eating ice cream. How does that work?
He ate a lot of bread on here when he ate that wing.
Oh, I didn't know he ate it.
Well, no, he ate some bread on here after he ate that whole wing. But
I just thought he held it in his mouth.
Then he held it in his stomach and then he passed it that way anyway. All right, well, thanks everybody tuning in. Do you got anything else to say, Chapman?
Nope.
You need to promote anything?
No.
Pro-boat anything?
No pro-boating anything. I'm good.
All right, well, cool. Well, thanks again, everybody. Tune in, I guess, next Friday or Saturday. We don't know yet, but we'll let you know during the week. And we'll catch you again, maybe even earlier, maybe 9:30 or something next week. I don't know. Maybe 10.
It'll probably be 10. Our kid doesn't sleep. Sorry, guys.
All right, 10 it is. Maybe we'll get a babysitter. We'll do 9.
It's wishful thinking.
Maybe not.
Anyway, this episode is sponsored by Sarah K. Speed Shots.
Yeah. Have you ever been doing anything really, really fast, and then you wanted a picture of it? She can do that for you. Okay. Call Sarah's Case Speed Shots. Is that a good commercial?
That's the weirdest plug I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's a perfect commercial. All right. Love y'all. Turn left. Share this. Share it again, and then an hour after you shared it, share it a third time, and just annoy all your friends. But that's about it. Thanks, everybody.